Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Huddle's LL League Football Prediction Show. I'm Tim Gross, joined by John Walk and Laura Thompson. And guys, I think I can still feel the sand between my toes from summer vacation at the beach. But fall sports, some of them are underway, and high school football kicks it off this week. So a majority of the LL League football teams open their season next week. But because of the PIAA's classification rules, teams were given an option to open the season a week early. And so it's either week 0 or week 1 light, whichever you want to call it. But we've got 3 LL League teams in action, Anvil, Cleona, Pequea Valley, and Northern Lebanon. All teams from Section 3, and they're all non-league games. So let's get right into it. We'll start with Pequea Valley. They're going up to Schuylkill Valley. How do you see that one playing out?
Yeah, battle of the valleys here. Pequea Valley coming off a 6-4 season, and they were this close to making the playoffs the last 2 years. It's a reference to my colleague Dave Byrne shared a joke with Coach Mike Choi at LL League Media Day over a Get Smart reference. Anyway, moving on. Pequea Valley quarterback Jordan Lapp returns. Fullback Connor Hurst is back, as well as a couple offensive linemen to a very solid offense. I like what they have there. And defense, they're debuting a new 3-4 defense, so perhaps Schuylkill Valley, not having seen that before, will be thrown off a little bit. And if Pequea Valley lives up to the hype, I don't see why they couldn't start the year 4-0, possibly 5-1 overall. So I'm definitely taking Pequea Valley this week.
I would have to agree with that. Coach Mike Choi has really instilled a great work ethic in his team, which is very, very young, stacked with underclassmen. But they have a lot coming back, and he has challenged them to not just be 6-4, but to strive for 8, 9, 10 win seasons and those playoff berths, which just means so much. I like the attitude that they all have coming in, and I will take the Pequea Valleyans.
I'm going to agree with you guys. I think both teams have a quarterback coming back, but Jordan Lapp said he was really comfortable in the offense last year. He got more comfortable as the season went on. So I think he's already starting way farther ahead than he was last year. And I think that gives Pequea Valley a huge advantage. Even though they might have some other spots that are new and some new players coming in, I think having a quarterback who's comfortable in the system really goes a long way at getting you off the ground here. And obviously they're coming off their best season in school history, so that gives them some confidence too. Let's head up to Northern Lebanon. The Vikings are the 2-time defending Section 3 champions, another confident group. They're going up to Pine Grove and opening their season there. What do you guys think of that one?
Yeah, and speaking of teams making school history, Northern Lebanon made school history last year by winning its back-to-back Section 3 title. They have another goal this year to get back there and win a playoff game this season. Pine Grove, meanwhile, coming off a 1-9 campaign. And the Vikings, they run that spread offense. They have running back Luke Funk there. They run a 3-3 defense, I should say. There's a bit questions along the defensive line, but it sounds like they have a lot of speed in the back. And Penn State fans will love this. Northern Lebanon has 2 kids competing at quarterback coming into the season. One of them, last name Daub, first name Michigan. And me being a Penn State grad, as much as it pains me to say it, I'm going to take Northern Lebanon in this one.
I have to agree. We talked a lot last season about the giant wall of the line for the Vikings. They graduated a lot, but they also brought back a lot of competitive fire, and they have big goals. They want to win that 3rd section championship. And the Cardinals, they were 1-9 last year. Not a lot of information on them out there, so I think I have to stick with Northern Lebanon on this one.
I'll agree again. I think, like I said before, Northern Lebanon's very confident. They're going to have a new quarterback. There's some questions on both sides of the ball on the line, but Luke Funk is a really kind of solidifying force in the backfield. I think he'll give them enough to bridge the gap until some of the new guys step up and get their feet underneath them. So I'm going to take the Vikings again. And finally, Anvil Cleona opening the season hosting Trinity, the Little Dutchman with Coach Matt Gingrich. They were a playoff team last year. Do you think they'll carry that momentum into this year?
I'm not so sure. Anvil has to replace a lot of its top skill players in offense, and its top 6 tacklers on defense are gone to graduation, so there's some question marks there. Trinity, meanwhile, there's a lot of optimism in that group, despite coming off a 3-7 campaign last year. They have a new quarterback, new set of receivers, and a new offensive coordinator who has an impressive resume with stops at Shippensburg High School, Shippensburg University, and previously having run Carlisle's high-octane offense. So Trinity is going to move the ball in bunches. This might be a high-scoring affair, and I'm going to possibly be different from you two guys and take Trinity on this one on Friday?
Well, on the preseason paper, it looks like it could be very, very close. The rankings from Max Preps, Trinity is for number 493 in the state, whereas AC is 506. That's not a big difference. The Shamrocks, obviously, as you said, they've added a new offensive coordinator in Chance Powell, and his new offense is going to be putting up points very quickly. They've compared the new system to Oregon in the NC2A. So the AC defense is just really going to have to be prepared because they're going to be throwing a lot at them. But given that it is preseason, I will still toe the LL line, and I'm picking AC in this one.
I'm going to go with Laura and go with the little Dutchman. Anvil's defense had some struggles last year. They gave up some points throughout the season. But I think with both teams coming in with a bunch of new pieces, trying to see who fits where, trying to install, in Trinity's case, a new offense, I think that when all those things are kind of equal, I think home field advantage is a little bit more of a factor, and I'm going to pick Anvil with that one. So those are the first 3 picks of the season. Be sure to follow us. We'll be all over social media throughout the season. And check out LancasterOnline.com for complete coverage every Friday.